You've prayed, you've cried, you've begged, and still, silence, no breakthrough, no sign, no change. And if you're being honest, you've whispered the question no one wants to admit. God, are you even listening? The answer? Yes. More than you know. There's a pain that hits different when you're waiting on God. You're not just hoping for a thing, you're hoping in a person. And when the heavens feel quiet, it's easy to feel forgotten. You wonder if your prayers are bouncing off the ceiling. You wonder if God's busy blessing everyone but you. And worst of all, you start wondering if you did something wrong. But what if I told you silence doesn't equal absence? What if the quiet season is where God's doing his deepest work? Think about it. Seeds grow underground, hidden, silent, before anything ever breaks the surface. And just like that, God is working in places you can't see yet. His silence isn't punishment, it's preparation. Because sometimes God isn't saying no, he's saying not yet. And sometimes he's saying nothing, because he already gave you a word. Now he's waiting to see if you'll trust what he said, even when you don't hear anything new. Even Jesus, God in flesh, cried out on the cross, "My God, why have you forsaken me?" If he felt the weight of silence, so will we. But the silence didn't mean the Father stopped loving him, and it doesn't mean God stopped loving you. Sometimes the greatest faith is forged in the quiet, not when everything's clear, but when it's dark, and you keep walking anyway. Elijah stood on a mountain waiting to hear from God. There was wind, there was fire, there was an earthquake, but God wasn't in any of that. Then came a whisper. God is still speaking, but sometimes we have to get quiet enough to hear him, not just through a sermon or a sign or a song, but in the stillness of your spirit. He hears you, and he hasn't left you. So if you've been crying out, feeling like heaven is ignoring you, take heart. God's delay is not his denial. His silence is not his rejection. And just because you don't hear him doesn't mean he's not near. If this spoke to the dry place in your heart, subscribe to Purposefully Called, because even in silence, God is still speaking, and he hears every word you've whispered.